Yes, Congress is actually moving forward with a new bill that could increase Social Security benefits for millions of seniors. And this isn't just another empty promise. We're talking about real money that could hit your account as early as next year, with some proposals suggesting increases of $200 to $400 per month for eligible recipients. This affects 67 million Americans receiving Social Security, and the details matter because not everyone will see the same increase. I'm going to walk you through exactly what's in this bill, who qualifies for the biggest boosts, and the 3 key dates you need to mark on your calendar. Stay with me until the end because I'll show you how to calculate what your specific increase might look like. I'm Terry, and I've spent the last 8 years breaking down Social Security and Medicare changes in plain English. I've helped over 200,000 viewers understand their benefits without the government jargon that makes your head spin. If you're tired of confusing explanations and want the straight facts about your money, you're in the right place. Welcome to everyone watching, whether you're new here or you've been following these updates with me for years. I see so many of you in the comments sharing your stories, and it helps me make these videos better. Quick question, drop your state in the comments below. I'm curious where everyone's watching from, and it helps me understand which regional differences I should cover in future videos. Here's exactly what we're covering today. First, I'll break down the bill details, what's actually proposed, and the specific dollar amounts. Second, we'll cover who qualifies, the specific groups that would see increases. Third, I'll explain the timeline and next steps, when this could happen, and what needs to occur first. Fourth, I'll show you how to calculate your potential increase with simple math you can do right now. Finally, we'll discuss what this means for Social Security's long-term future and how it affects the program's stability. The bill we're talking about is called the Social Security Expansion Act, and it's currently working its way through committee review. This isn't just a cost of living adjustment, this is a fundamental restructuring of how benefits are calculated. The core proposal increases the primary insurance amount by $200 per month for current beneficiaries. But here's what makes this different. It also changes the benefit formula for future retirees, potentially increasing lifetime benefits by 12% to 15%. For example, if you currently receive $1,800 per month, you'd see that jump to $2,000. If you're getting $2,500, that becomes $2,700. The increase applies regardless of your current benefit level, which means it helps both lower and higher earners. The bill also proposes lifting the cap on taxable wages. Right now, Social Security taxes stop at $160,200 of income. This bill would eliminate that cap entirely, meaning high earners would pay Social Security taxes on their full salary. Every current Social Security recipient would see the $200 monthly increase. That includes retirement benefits, disability benefits, and survivor benefits. No exceptions, no phase-outs based on income. But there are additional provisions for specific groups that could mean even more money in your pocket. Widows and widowers would see an extra boost beyond the $200. The bill increases survivor benefits to 75% of the combined benefits the couple was receiving. Right now, survivors typically get about 50% to 60%. This change alone could mean an additional $300 to $600 monthly for many widowed seniors. Long-term workers get another advantage. If you work 30 years or more, there's an additional benefit calculation that could add another $50 to $100 monthly to your check. Teachers and government workers who were affected by the Windfall Elimination Provision would see that penalty reduced by half. This could mean an additional $300 to $500 monthly for affected retirees. Let me give you a real example. Sarah worked as a teacher for 35 years and also receives a small pension. Under current rules, her Social Security is reduced by $400 monthly due to WEP. Under this bill, that reduction drops to $200, and she also gets the standard $200 increase. Her net gain would be $400 per month, bringing her total monthly benefit from $1,600 to $2,000. Here's the reality check about timing. This is still a proposal, not law. The bill needs to pass through three major hurdles before any money reaches your account. Committee review is happening now through March 2025. The House Ways and Means Committee is examining the costs and funding mechanisms, looking at how to pay for these increases without jeopardizing the program's stability. The House vote could occur as early as late spring 2025 if the committee approves it. This requires 218 votes to pass, and early indications suggest there's growing support among House members. However, Senate approval is the biggest challenge. The bill needs 60 votes in the Senate to overcome a filibuster, which means bipartisan support is essential. Several Republican senators have expressed interest, but reaching that 60-vote threshold remains uncertain. If everything aligns perfectly, earliest implementation would be January 2026. But that's the best-case scenario. More realistic timeline puts implementation in 2027, assuming the bill passes in its current form. The funding mechanism is crucial here. The Congressional Budget Office estimates this bill costs $1.2 trillion over 10 years. The proposed wage cap elimination would cover about 60% of that cost, generating approximately $720 billion in additional revenue. The remaining 40% would come from extending Social Security's trust fund timeline through improved economic projections and administrative efficiencies. Calculating your potential increase is simpler than you might think. Take your current monthly benefit and add $200. That's your new base amount. But let's check if you qualify for additional increases that could put even more money in your pocket. For survivor benefits, if you're receiving benefits based on your deceased spouse's work record, multiply your household's combined lifetime benefits by 0.75. If that number is higher than your current benefit plus $200, that becomes your new amount. For example, if you and your late spouse had combined benefits of $3,200 monthly, your new survivor benefit would be $2,400 monthly instead of the current typical amount of around $1,600. If you're affected by WEP, take your current reduction amount and divide by 2, then add that back to your benefit, along with the $200 base increase. If WEP currently reduces your benefit by $400, under this bill it would only reduce it by $200, giving you back $200 monthly. Combined with the standard $200 increase, you'd see a $400 monthly boost. For the long-term worker bonus, if you worked 30 or more years, add an estimated $75 monthly to your calculation. This bonus recognizes the additional contributions long-term workers made to the system. Here's a complete example. Robert currently receives $2,200 monthly. He worked 32 years and is affected by WEP, which reduces his benefit by $300. Under this bill, his base becomes $2,400 with the $200 increase. His WEP reduction drops to $150, so he gains back $150, and he gets the long-term worker bonus of $75. His new monthly benefit would be $2,625, an increase of $425 monthly or $5,100 annually. I'm curious about something, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you got an extra $200 to $400 per month, what would make the biggest difference in your life right now? Would it be help with groceries, covering prescription costs, or maybe being able to help your grandkids? Let me know in the comments because your answers help me understand what topics to cover next. This bill addresses Social Security's funding challenge directly, and understanding the long-term implications is crucial for your financial planning. Current projections show the trust fund running short around 2034. Without changes, benefits would be cut by about 20% for all recipients. This bill pushes that deadline to approximately 2066 by removing the wage cap, meaning Social Security becomes solvent for another 30-plus years instead of facing cuts in the next decade. But there's a significant trade-off that's generating political debate. Higher earners would pay substantially more in Social Security taxes. Someone earning $200,000 would pay an additional $2,472 annually in Social Security taxes. Someone earning $500,000 would pay an additional $21,072 per year. For someone earning $1 million, the additional annual cost would be over $50,000. This is why bipartisan support remains challenging, as it essentially asks higher earners to fund benefit increases for all recipients. The bill also includes automatic adjustments for future stability. If Social Security faces funding shortfalls again after 2066, benefits and taxes would adjust automatically rather than requiring new legislation. This removes the political uncertainty that has plagued Social Security planning for decades. For current retirees, this creates genuine long-term stability. Your benefits wouldn't face the uncertainty that's been hanging over Social Security for years. Let me be completely honest about the challenges this bill faces, because I want you to have realistic expectations. Political reality is that this requires bipartisan support in the Senate, which is difficult in the current political climate, especially for a bill that significantly raises taxes on higher earners. Some senators have expressed concerns about the economic impact on high-income professionals and small business owners. Implementation complexity is another hurdle. Even if passed, the Social Security Administration would need 12 to 18 months to update their computer systems and recalculate benefits for 67 million recipients. The agency has struggled with system updates in the past, and this would be their largest undertaking in decades. The bill will likely change as it moves through Congress. The $200 amount could be reduced to $150 or phased in over 2 years. The WEP reduction might be smaller, or the long-term worker bonus could be eliminated to reduce costs. Don't make major financial decisions based on this bill passing. Plan your finances as if current benefits continue and treat any increase as a bonus when and if it happens. Let me quickly recap what we covered today. Congress is considering a bill that would increase Social Security benefits by $200 monthly for all recipients, with additional increases for widows, long-term workers, and those affected by WEP. The timeline is 2026 at the earliest, more likely 2027, and it requires significant political hurdles to be cleared. The funding comes from eliminating the wage cap, which makes Social Security solvent for decades longer. But remember, this is still a proposal, not a guarantee. Thank you for watching and engaging with these important topics. Your questions in the comments help me create better content, and I read every single one. If this information was helpful, please hit the like button because it tells YouTube to show these updates to more people who need them. Subscribe if you want to stay informed about Social Security and Medicare changes without the government jargon. Next week, I'm covering the new Medicare Part D changes to take effect this year. Many of you have asked about the prescription drug coverage gaps, and I'll walk through exactly what's changing and what it means for your out-of-pocket costs. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, stay informed, but don't stress about things outside your control. You've got this.